Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about networking. We're also going to talk about introversion and we're going to talk about business growth. Some random thoughts around these topics that were inspired by a post that I saw on LinkedIn. So, again, today we're going to be looking at networking. We're going to be looking at introversion. Are you introvert? Are you an extrovert? What is introversion? What is extroversion? And then how all these things tie into business growth. So hello and welcome. My name is Tavishima Ayede. I'm the host of the podcast, making today's recording at home, so there will be noise in the background. Of course, we solve business problems over here, so if this is your cup of tea and you would love to connect, you can call, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Also, you can subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, or any player of your choice. So, like I said, today, networking, introversion, business growth. And the reason why we're looking at this today is because I came across a LinkedIn post where the author, and I mean, this guy is big, so that's why I didn't call him out here, because you know how these big people can be now. You know, they have fans, and sometimes fans can be savage. And you know, I'm a humble guy in my corner of the internet. I don't want anybody's fans to be dragging my name up and down. So I say, let me do this post incognito. Sorry, I say incognito. I mean incognito. So let me do this in incognito. So the guy went on LinkedIn now. The guy started writing that he's an introvert. He hates networking. The guy doesn't like cold outreach. And the guy doesn't like pushy sales approaches. I repeat, the guy said that he's an introvert. He says that he hates networking. He said he doesn't like doing cold outreach. And he doesn't like doing pushy sales approaches. And of course, whenever people write things like this, the thing catches my attention. I say, no problem. Myself, let me read. Because I won't lie. Networking is hard. Talking to people is hard. Talking to strangers is hard. Especially if you're like me, you consider yourself an introvert. Cold outreach is hard. Sales, is hard. So anytime somebody says they have discovered something else that will make my life easier, I rush there. I say, let me go and see. What is this nirvana? What is this thing that they are promising me that will make my life easy? So I have to forego all the stress. Something that I will just wake up, be in my house, put on the AC, let the AC blow me, and my business will be growing. So I said, no problem. Let me read this guy's post. Let me see how far. So the guy said now, even though he's introverted, the guy is connected with influencer up and down. The guy is connected with Seth Godin. Seth Godin is a legendary, at least legendary in America, in the West. Legendary, how will I put him now? Author and marketing guru. So the guy don't connect with Seth Godin. The guy is connected with Leila Homozi. For those of you who don't know, Leila Homozi is the admin. She's like the admin person, the person who runs, what's it called? This other guy, her husband, Homozi, Alex Homozi. Sure, most of you would know Alex Homozi. You know, muscular guy, the guy who always wear face cap, you know, bushy beard. And I think his own business is acquisition.com. Sorry, one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. It was my wife. She needed to get something. And to be honest, I don't like it when wifey's around and I'm recording, because she'll be looking at me somehow. Sometimes she'll even be laughing. And, you know, it's hard to make a podcast when somebody's looking at you and then the person is laughing. You know, that's the problem with being married. You know, is see finish. So, one moment. Okay, I'm back again. Like I said, it was my wife again. And like I said, sometimes she'll just be looking at me, she'll be smiling, she'll be laughing. So it's hard to concentrate and make a podcast when your significant other is over there. And anyway, it's just one of those things. You know, some of you see me and some of you respect me. Some of you see me and you say, bros, you know. But over here, I'm not bros. I'm just Tavishima. And to my kids, I'm just dad. Especially to the baby. But he's not really a baby anymore. You know, he calls me Fato. That's because I'm on the big side. So you guys see me and you say, bros. But, you know, over here, I'm just Fato or dad or Tavishima. Anyway, so, what was I? So this guy has been connecting with everybody now. He's connected to Seth Godin. He's connected to Leila Homozi. Now, Leila and her husband, Alex, they run acquisition.com. And what they used to do is they used to be in the gym space, and they used to run gyms. Actually, they're very good at. First, they used to run gyms. Then they realized that they were very good at doing the sales part for gyms, and so I think they acquired a bunch of gyms and started managing it, running it, growing it, that kind of thing. And eventually, they've been able to raise some significant bar. So what they're doing now is sort of like a private equity play. So they take their expertise in sales and in marketing and in managing. And so what they do is they look for businesses, correct businesses that stand, But you just see that, okay, if I take this business, I fix like this, we'll be able to now double this business, triple this business, that kind of thing. Then what they do is they now take a share in the business. And almost is a winning formula. And the thing is, funny enough, even before I go in the business game, that was my own attitude, because I've accepted that I'm not the brilliant entrepreneur who is going to invent some product that is going to save the world, but I know that I know how to sell, and I know that I look at some businesses and I say, if not me, I for doing like this, and then this is how we'll get the profit. So my own too is also going to be a private equity play eventually. So like, what, I see this business, I see where you're heading, I have faith. What, let me drop X amount of money and let me drop some time and expertise. We'll grow the business like this. By the time we double and triple, and this is my own share, that kind of thing. So that's what Leila Homozi does. She's more of on the operational side, and then her husband is more of on the sales and marketing side. So interesting couple. And you can also check your podcast player to look for their podcast and subscribe. They both have separate podcasts. So it's really, really interesting to hear Alex talk about running the businesses from a sales and marketing perspective, and then having Leila on her own podcast talk about things from the administrative point of view: hiring, firing, leadership, strategy, all that kind of thing. So it's very, very good. Although I found that some people are either on team Leila or on team Alex, and I wonder why. Like, after all, they're husband and wife. So if you must consume the thing, in total as one package, because now husband and wife, they run the thing. So my own opinion, subscribe to both of their own podcasts and then learn. So this guy also said he's connected to Gary Vee as well. So the guy don't connect with the greats, And of course, that's also another reason why when people talk like this, I don't talk too much. Let them not drag me, and they'll say, who are you connected to? Let's see, my guy is connected to Seth Godin. Who do you know? Who is your father? Who are you? So I said, okay, let me maintain in my own corner. So this guy hates networking, doesn't do cold outreach, doesn't do pushy sales, but meanwhile the guy is connected to the greats, to the big people out there. Then the guy also said he hates small talks, and he hates mixers, that he finds them draining. When you're just having a small chat with somebody, or mixers, like people throw party, you just go, you have small glass of wine, you go to take small chops, just moving around, just mingling, socializing. He doesn't like it. Then again, the guy now gave us the solution, and the solution is in like 4 steps. So his solution was, number 1, all of you stop networking. That's what the guy said. Nobody should network. I said, okay, no problem, I'm reading. He also said, everybody start teaching. What you need to do is you need to hop on this internet and start producing content. When you produce content now, you go leverage that content to get community of people around you. When you leverage that community now, you will now start building connections, with people, and that is the beginning of your business growth. He's correct, by the way. But let's rewind. My guy says he hates networking, but his solution is go out first and start teaching, produce content. From the content, leverage that to build a community. From the community, start building connections that you can leverage on. Excuse me. In my own mind, I'm now asking, what the hell is networking? Is that not networking? So excuse me. No be networking be that. That is networking. You're just going at it from a different angle. I know that is one thing that some sales professionals like us have been saying since time. that networking is not just what you do on formal occasions, where you go to networking hotel as a member of COREN, Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. Then you go for the COREN COREN networking session. Some people think that's all networking. It's like, no, networking, they happen anywhere and everywhere. PTA meeting, you go and drop your child in school, you see that guy say, oh boy, now you with this, blah, blah, blah. You start talking like that. That's how networking is moving. Even in the market, I've met people in the market before. Common, market, hot and sweaty, plenty of flies. And then, you see somebody, you guys start a conversation. Networking can happen anywhere. The problem is this, my guy thinks networking is only those formal, organized things. So his solution is stop networking, produce content, build community, start getting connections, leverage on that connections. What the hell is networking? If that is not networking, I really don't know what is. What this guy is doing is networking. Do not be deceived. He has just redefined what networking means. You see, this is one of the reasons why I say, please, you people should not be deceived by people who go out there and say, I have this new magic recipe. Lie. They're deceiving all of you. What they do is they just want something that they can trademark and say is my own system, something. So they just redefine a few things and then they make it look as if they've given us the secret to everlasting life. Meanwhile, all of them false prophets. Somebody is saying don't network, but then his solution is use content, build community. From community, build connections, then leverage on those connections. Is that not networking? That's his step one. Now, step two, he has a 1-9-90 rule. I know those of you who has disciples now, because I've said this rule now, you will know who he is. Or please, you should not come and drag me, I beg. I'm enjoying my own small corner of the internet. People who listen to me and who like my ideas around sales and marketing, how we can be growing our businesses, especially in the SME space. These are the people I'm talking to. So let me continue to talk to my own people, small. I know that some of the things I'm saying, will offend your Messiah, but I beg, no drag me. I'm just talking to my own people. So he has the 1-9-90 rule. What he says is this: identify one person that you want to meet. Then you comment on 9 of their posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he says, do that for 90 days. 90. In other words, 3 months. Let me repeat. Select one person. Comment on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of their posts. Then do that for 3 months straight before you send that guy or girl a DM. Remember at the top of the episode, my guy said he doesn't like cold outreach. If this is not cold outreach, then what the hell is cold outreach? Cold outreach just means you're talking to a total stranger. There is no prior context. You don't know this person does not know you. You are total strangers. That is what cold outreach means. So, from a sales and business development perspective, the challenge has always been, how can we warm up the interaction before we get there? How can I get some extra information to personalize the conversation? How can I get the person to warm up to me? Things like that. That has always been the challenge for sales and business development. His own solution is to say, don't do cold outreach. Instead, go and look for that person, comment on 9 of their posts, do it for 3 months straight, then you send a DM. My friend, that is cold outreach. Do not be deceived. That is cold outreach. It is just a different method of doing cold outreach, because different methods, depending on who you listen to, depending on the industry, but all na cold outreach. If you're reaching out to a stranger, it is cold outreach. If I go and talk to Popsy or my uncle and I say, Popsy, invest, uncle, invest, that's a different thing. That one, too cold, because at least we're family. They know me. They can say, Tavishima, you've always been a sharp boy from, since stay. No problem. Let me take a chance on you. But the moment, Sunday, I approach Elder so and so in church, and I say, Elder so and so, I'm starting this thing. Look, this one is cold. Elder so and so could have been there at my baptism. And maybe he knows of me and my family. But now that money is involved, I'm going to believe the thing is cold. Now, cold outreach. Do not be deceived. This 1990 rule is cold outreach. It is just another way of reaching out to total strangers. Now, the scope here is by commenting on 9 of the person's posts and doing so for 3 months straight. The goal is you would at least become familiar and you would have been dropping valuable comments on the person's feed. So you no go to look like an irritant. So the person will open up to you. But brothers and sisters, that is cold outreach. And that has always been the challenge in the sales and business development space. We have to do cold outreach. What can we do to warm up the process? Or what can we do to make our outreach relevant to the person who is receiving it? So all this guy has done now, this Messiah has done, this business guru, is he has just redefined what cold outreach is. Or he has found a much more comfortable way for him to do cold outreach. By the way, can you see how a lot of this thing is personality dependent? I prefer teaching the principles so that you can sort yourself out. This guy is recommending tactics. There are some of you who hear the 1990 rule and say, what? That man, this is too much work. Am I a stalker? That's what some of you will say. But for him, he's comfortable with this. See, this is also another reason why I say when you're looking for where to consume business content, look for people who are teaching you principles. Look for people who are teaching you a system. Things that work together coherently. Because the problem with this thing is, if you try this 1990 rule and then the thing does not work, okay, what do you do next? You go hang. You don't know what to do next. Because you learned tactics. Here. You don't know how it all fits together. When you learn from someone that has a system, that has a coherent framework, when some things are working, you know what to twist. When some things are not working, you know what to push. So stop learning from all these people who give you tactics. My 3 top tactics, my 5-step something. Ignore these people, please. It doesn't have to be me, but you should be paying attention to people who have systems and frameworks. Then the guy said something that I agree with 100%. He said consistency beats charisma. And of course, if you're one of these guys' disciples, I admit, your guy is correct on that one. Consistency beats charisma. Always be consistent. So that's the reason why, traditional cold outreach, make 5 calls every day, send 5 DMs every day, visit 2 people every week, whatever. Shall be doing it consistently. Consistency will give you results over time. It's better than having charisma. It's better than packaging. It's better than, whatever. So true process over packaging, anytime, any day. So this Messiah, he's correct on that one. He's very, very correct. Then he also said curate your environment. And the guy is correct. You should set up your environment in a way that is conducive for you. So the guy said, instead of networking, start a mastermind and invite 8 people, max, and be having one-on-one conversations with those people. And then again, I am asking you, my guys and my sisters, is this not networking? You call a meeting of 8 people. You guys go to meet on a regular, once a month, twice a month, or every other 2 months or something. You go to have one-on-one conversation, trying to move yourselves forward. Is that not networking? Why are we playing all these games, redefining terms up and down? And networking be this now. And this is not the solution that this guy promised. I'm looking for the one that I will be inside my house under the co-AC and my business will be blowing. He said he's telling me to be building community, building connections, be doing mastermind. I'm trying to avoid networking here. You're telling me to go and network again. Is this truly a system that involves zero networking and that involves zero cold calls, zero cold outreach? Brothers and sisters, the answer is no. So please, all you gurus, messiahs, can you stop this rubbish? From the creation of the world up until now, business progress has always been won by networking, has always been won by some form of sales or marketing actions, sometimes including cold outreach. Can we stop selling people on the promise that there's a way that we will build a business that does not involve these things? It is not possible. If you don't believe me, whenever you find another guru I give my phone number at the beginning and at the end of every episode. Send it to me. Let me take this guy's system and digest it. I will show you how this person is lying. The only thing this guy has proved is that networking and cold outreach is essential. For me, he should have just said, you know what, networking and cold outreach is essential, but do it in ways that are comfortable to you and comfortable to your personality. If you say it like that, I will vibe with you. So please, let's be careful about the content that we're listening to. Anybody that is telling you top 10, 5 secrets, number 3 hacks, 100 steps, ignore those people. If somebody is not talking to you about a system, about a framework, about principles, ignore those people. You will lose. You will try the tactic. It will work once in a while. You will do 1990 rule. It will work once in a while. When the thing fails, you go hang. You won't know what to do. To top it off, the guy ended up the post by saying, next time you're in this situation, let me even use the guy's first name. I won't use his complete name. He said, next time you're in this situation, just think to yourself, what would Chris do? I laugh. I say, see the infantry of this nigga. Next time you're in a bind, you're supposed to think, what would Chris do? That's how I'm going to build my business. By when I'm in a difficult situation, I'll be asking myself, what would Chris do? Anyway, let's be careful. Let's be very, very careful. But anyway, that's the beauty of the internet, really. Anybody can put out their opinions out there. And in fact, I shouldn't complain too much because that is also one of the reasons why I have been able to put my ideas out there. So anyway, it's been 20 minutes. Let me bring it to a close. That's all for today. Remember, if you'd love to connect, you can call, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Thanks for your time and attention. I'll catch you next time. Same place, in your headphones or in your speakers. But please, remember, networking, essential. Cold outreach, essential. Some form of traditional selling motions, essential. We can't run away from it. Just look for the method that is comfortable, that vibes with you and vibes with your personality. But until then, if you find another guru who promises an easy solution like this, let me know. Because me too, I won't mind. Let me sit down in my house. Let me on AC and not go anywhere. And let millions just be entering my account. So if you find those people, please let me know. Because me too, I'm looking for the secret of everlasting business life. All right, so that's it. I'll catch you at the next episode.